Welcome back to Strategy and Snark. Today we're going to go look at the Restless Isles pack. You can get to this teleporter here. It's in the marketplace right by where the auctioneer is. But you need to have done the quest Hiding in Plain Sight before he will happily take you along. That quest is the last quest we did in the previous video with the free level 10 quests. It's tied into this storyline, but it was still a free quest, so we put it in that video this time. Now that we've already done that one, though, we can go up to the Foothold. Now, Restless Isles is a interesting area in that it's not islands, like surrounded by water. We're basically at the tips of mountains. And there's little walkways strung along the tips, like you're walking on the top of a... It's like a bunch of stalagmites in a cave. There's just a whole bunch of peaks all next to each other. So, first thing we're going to have to do is pay to play. We can try one of our skills. I don't believe our character has any specific bonus to any of them. 11 bluff, 11 diplomacy. I think we just have 11 down the board. Sure, diplomacy. 5,000. Alright, well, according to the wiki that I have pulled up aside me, we got a 50% discount because we made our roll. There you go. Here's 5,000 gold so that we can actually accept the quests from him. So, the reason that we're here, in the last quest, Hiding in Plain Sight, we found a logbook leading basically to this area, and it is said that the Twilight Forge is here. The relevance being, it is I want to say it's a creation forge where they make Warforged, but more importantly, it's a big one, and it's capable of making the Warforged Titans, the big ones. You know, so it's basically a Gundam factory. I want to say back in the ancient history of Eberron, it was the giants. We've seen all the giant ruins. The giants were fighting against the ones who were making the Warforged Titans. So, we don't want that thing back online. You know, just a free factory that makes Gundams. That's not good. So we're here to shut it down. But we got to find it first. And we kind of know where it is. What we don't have is a key to the front door. So this guy can help me put together a key to the front door if I go get the 2 halves. So that's what we're off to go do. 2 quests, each one giving us half of the key. That guy puts it together, and then you can move on. So, we start out in these little mining sections that can connect some of the... They're not floating islands, just big islands. Hey, get out of here. Not worried about ooze. If you have already completed the quests, or if you're willing to spend some of the premium currency... Oh, not even that updated. If you've beaten the quests, he will take you back to the quest givers. We have not beaten the quests. So, we're going to have to go the long way. And it's long. And it involves lots of... Getting to the quests is almost a quest unto itself. Like... I know some people really like the explorer areas, but honestly, they maybe should just... You know, if they were ever to redo this chain... Like, this explorer area could probably be just... There's another guy. teleport you if you've done the quest. I'm thinking they should maybe turn this into a quest. A little more direction involved. Alright, so as you can see, we are on top of a mountain right now. We're going to beat up these ogres, and one of them is going to have a key. There we go. Rune Tusk Passkey. Yoink. Guess I'll pick some of these up. These gates won't go down until all the ogres are dead, so you can't even just run your way through. Not that you'd want to anyway. It's a long way down. So there we go. There is some water down there, but these are some unusually tall, just straight up little mountains. They are connected by underwater tunnels. So we're heading towards the next underwater tunnel is what we're doing right now. And we're being very careful not to fall off. If you fall off, you die. The end. Doesn't matter if you have feather fall or anything, you fall off, you die. So there's our next elevator. I'm killing these guys just to be on the safe side. Up and in we go. Double checking. Some of these gates actually do have... So, like, we could go left or right here. If you're heading towards the quest, you want to go left. If you're heading towards... If off the top of my head, once you have your key, you go that way, and that'll take you to the raids that end this chain. But the quest is over here to the left. Just gotta fight through a couple more guys, which... I didn't even bother casting my buffs because we're only 3 levels over now. You know, the quests are slowly catching up to us. We've got a lot left to do at level 10. All right, and at junction number 2, you go straight and then straight again at the next one. At least that's what I'm reading off of this. Pull the wiki up when you are doing something like this that, like, you've never done it before, you don't want to wander around here for hours. Just go look up the instructions. There we go. There's our elevator. So we're going to kill some more of those ogres and get another key. Come on, give me a key. Oh, there it is. Yoink. Now I'm going to actually go back down the elevator we just came up. If we had gone right instead of left at this intersection we were at, we would have just run into a... Or straight instead of left. We would have just run into a locked door. I don't know, it's the other way. Probably a rare encounter, because there are 3 of those out here. Well, there's a different flavor of locked door. Is that the door we want? Nope, it says, ignore the locked door on your right. What locked door? I will ignore it so hard. Kill some more goons. If you're running this at level, there is something to be said about watching out for the triple swing from ogres, but also those mages. They disappear when they get wounded, and they will come popping back to try to ambush you after a couple seconds after they've healed. Let's see. Well, I can't go through here. Clear all the guards. Alright, I know there's an ogre behind me. So yeah. We have to kill those guys over here by the shrine. And then this should just magically be open now. There we go. Up we go. Alright. Here is the first quest. However, we have not actually been granted the first quest. We need to cross over there and actually go even farther to get the quest giver. I am not running around blind. Thank you, hireling. You want to run around blind on the giant bridge of death that also has no handrails? How does it have no handrails? How does it not even have a crappy rope? Do we get the key, or are we just going to go down? Alright, this is a pretty straightforward one. We literally just pop down here, run straight, pop up, get quest, and then reverse course. I do kind of like the... I don't know if it's going to show up on the video, but when you're actually running through here... I hate these things. There's, these little... I want to say they're probably like cobwebs, maybe spider webs. That it's actually kind of giving a old movie kind of vibe. I think it's like little drips from the ceiling, because you're technically underwater right now. These are underwater. Obviously, you couldn't see any paths. It's kind of like the crackling you'd get from like a movie from like the 50s. I don't know if it's intended or not, but that's what it looks like. It's kind of neat. Can there just be stairs? No. No, you gotta walk all the way around the ramp. Congratulations. 10 minutes in, we have found the first quest. So basically he's got a traitor. He wants us to go handle the guy who kicked him out of his fancy house. And in exchange, he'll give us the half of the key we need. Pretty straightforward. We do have to actually walk back to the quest. And then you have to walk back to him to turn in the quest. Every time. I'm not killing the spiders this time. We're just going to run by. And up. Now, hopefully, we can actually get into the quest. Because I am just now remembering the last time I did this, when I was doing... The only character I've ever reincarnated in multiple times was my monk. He has a very low strength, and he couldn't open the door to get into the quest itself, because there's a gate in the way. That was awkward. Hey, I see you. Alright. I think if you kill all of the guards, it will open. But I think you gotta go looking around for some of them. Oh, hey, look, a key. Bonk, bonk. I'm strong enough to open, just crash through. I'm sure that these guys would be a lot scarier back in the day. This is an old pack. This is, again, one of the few packs that has not been updated to split into both heroic and epic. Not a lot of people clamoring for this pack. You dropped quest items. I'm guessing that's the key, because I didn't need it. Alright. Kill Golathon. Optional. Break a lot of stuff. There are... I will say, I like kind of the vibe of this place, because this is not just your standard cave. This has got like some, like, I think it's like Japanese inspired, like, arches and stuff. What's this called? Filigree, I think? The carving on the pillars. It's nice. I have no idea which way I'm supposed to go. But that's okay. Sometimes you just need to pick a direction and break down a door. Obviously, Golathon's at the end of the quest. Whenever I think of this quest, in my head, I see Spawn of Whisper Doom, or whatever the level 12 giant spider quest is, because it has a very similar section to this with an ogre at the end, an ogre mage. So I just always think of that one. Oh, I remembered something in this quest that's going to be scary. There are some traps in this quest that are unique. Oh, I guess I could just pull the lever. Alright. Use iron golems as sparring partners. Okay. Maybe you should have used a bigger golem. I'm going to assume that this is going to just turn those off, and then we're going to go bonk. We're probably... Oh! Look at that! Defeat the iron golems, not an optional objective. It does not say optional, and we did not get XP. So we actually needed to come this way. Crest of the Scorpion. So this is going to be one of those quests where, I don't want to say illusion of choice, more like it doesn't really matter which way you go first. Which is fine when you don't have to walk through these long, now empty hallways to get back to the intersection. I'm going to guess we're just going to run straight through and do probably a very similar thing, would be my guess. I could just click the button and look up the quest guide too, but I just didn't want to get lost in the Explorer Zone. There is a cool trap section in this quest, though. One that gave me quite a bit of anxiety the last time I was here. And I want to say it's probably down this hallway. Come on, we've got enough. So, like, this is a video game, right? So this really only takes me a couple seconds at a time to clear a room of enemies. But this is something that we've been talking about in paper Dungeons and Dragons for a long time. Not just sticking relatively pointless fights in every single room just to slow down the quest. This is a game based on combat. You're supposed to come in here, basically grab the ogre, smash his face through the door. It's supposed to be combat. Alright, I think this is what I was thinking of. So there's the crest, it's right there. We have to run through a gauntlet of traps. A veritable gauntlet. So we're even going to put that shield on that we keep specifically to run through traps. Now, I'm not going to look it up. We're going to find out which trap is which together as we go. But boy, was this scary on Hardcore League. Because you have to know the traps. Like, jeez, look at that. Like, yeah, I took, what, 12 damage? But I'm on normal mode and I'm on a tank. Man. Just surprised. Da, 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 da. How do you not take that damage? I don't know. Do you just hope? So this one, this is a little puzzle. So we've got H, K, H, lowercase h, I. I believe we only want to land on those. So let's jump on an I. The eye lights up. Are these upside down or? Yeah, we want this one. Yep. But then we want that one. Because see, the answers are right there. We've still got K and capital H left. So there's the K, there's the capital H. Boop. Boop. No trap. No problem. Everything's lit up. Am I nervous about that not having lit up? Sure, but maybe that's when the trap turns on. There we go. Now this one I remember, our goal is to get onto that box. So we're going to go. If we're going to jump. Yeah, spikes are spikes. Up, up. Didn't even take damage. Didn't even take damage, because remember, these are regular old spikies. They only do damage when they pop up. So if you... So I timed that to jump, they spike, and then we hit the box to climb up. So they're already up when I get over here. So again, I'm going to wait until they're about to come up, and then I'm going to jump. Boop. That was a badly timed one, and they still didn't do any damage. And this is literally bolts. They're shooting bolts at us. I'm just going to stand in between the bolts. Ta-da! You can also put your shield up and just kind of tumble through. We're still not through the traps. I want to say we're getting close, though. Alright, what do we got here? Whoop. Oh, apparently I'm not out of the way of that trap. Oh, I am. It was just lag. Okay. If you can at least spot the traps, even if you can't disarm them, because I think the trap box might be on the far side for some of these, you can just, like, Doctor Who your way through. As long as you can see where the trap is. The tricky part is if you can't see the trap, you can't time it. All right. Oh, yeah. And this is mean. Like, honestly, mean. You had to get your entire party through that trap section. Otherwise, yeah, if you only send the rogue or the monk, they got to do that fight by themselves. Alright, so we have the key. We have the crest. The key lets you take the shortcut out so you don't have to go backwards through all the traps. Now the hireling is allowed to follow us. I enjoy that section. I like the idea of traps that, yes, if you have a rogue, you can literally flip the switch and turn them off. But if you don't have a rogue, you can maneuver your way through the traps. You can compensate. I like those kind of traps. Now, very first hallway is nothing but spinning blade traps. I don't think you can dodge. Don't really like that one as much. Not without some way of tricking them. What I would love, for example, is if you could throw a throwing weapon at the ground and that would trigger the trap to go up and spin around. And then if it had a longer retraction animation, that's when you would run through. So if you don't have a rogue, you would take a rock, basically, trigger the trap, count to 3, and then as it goes to fold itself back into the ground, you sprint across. That's what I would like to happen. I don't think it's possible with the tech we have.
The door to the north is sealed.
Oh, yeah, actually use these. That's what I would like to see. I think it'd be cool. Oh, this is also ridiculously trapped. You can even see it already. The giant blade right there. Or where the blade comes out. I feel like this is a bad idea. Oh, we turned on the traps. Haha. You killed an ogre brute. I turned on the blender. Oh, but I can't turn it off. So, you have a choice. Oh man, look at him. Just a pile of bodies there. So, you can either fight your way down, or you can turn on the blender and blend all the ogres. Why would you put the death lever on this side? Okay, Steve, I need you to guard this hallway. Yes, right above you, the way that any intruders are going to be coming from is a lever that's just going to kill you. But I need you to be standing in the way of that trap in case they decide not to kill you. Wow. We need to heal. Target self. Give me a little top off there. And we're probably just going to Featherfall right down the middle. Whoop. I didn't let go of the fall fast button fast enough. There we go. I don't believe we got hit by any of the traps. I think I just didn't let go of the shift button to slow my descent. Alright, what do we got around here? There's a section I haven't seen yet that I'm thinking is behind this door. Come on, open the door. So, we've got these red hallways. Cool decorations. I don't believe we see this tile set anywhere else, which is kind of a shame. Because it's cool, but it's like in this pack that nobody plays. I mean, look at that bridge. It's pretty cool. There's going to be a couple of rooms like that we're on the... Like, now we're on the higher section. There's, like, the guy we're after, so we have to go and get another couple of keys, I think, before we can actually chase him in there. Let's see. We're going to go this way first. I guess I could be bothered. And kill them all. Yeah, pretty good. Alright. I don't know which hallway's which. I'm pretty sure that the ones on this side are not the correct direction. So far, I'm right. And by correct, I mean they're not the path that we need to go last. It doesn't matter which way we go first, as long as we don't go the way that means we have to backtrack. Wow, these were apparently both absolutely nothing, but they were short nothings, and I approve. I want to say we go to this side. Just because, like, I feel like if this place makes any sense layout-wise, that door should lead us up that way, and we don't want to go that way without the key that I know we don't have yet. I don't know if it's a key. It could be a crest. It could be a lever. I know there's something else we have to do before we can go up there. This looks conspicuously empty. Ah, another path. I'm sure that there's going to be something we're supposed to do on one of these paths. Or this is just the scenic route. Alright, so we're at the top of that room that we were in before, with all these archers that were shooting down at us. So now we can handle them. I'm leaving these guys on like 1 HP because I'm getting impatient. Oh, there was another thing. Hey, leave my poor manaless hireling alone. Alright. Off the top of my head, I'm pretty sure it's going to tell us to go and free the prisoners. Like, this guy's got his own little gulag, and we need to take it out. I'm reasonably certain that's what we haven't done yet. And I'm feeling pretty good about just how far off of the other path this direction has taken us. I'm going to say those are just bad guys. I'm going to say that's still bad guys. A lot of bad guys. I want to say this is the prison. I have to click separate times. Ogre Captain. Oh yes, defeat the Warden. There we go. There's an objective. Hmm, 3 treasure chests. Padded armor. Right, because we interrupted their bath. So this is like their... This is just their stuff that they set aside while they took their bath. Why is that one open? Apparently if you don't kill them fast enough, they'll open it. That's a neat little thought. We got the key, and the hireling was even smart enough to go rest. So now we're going to zip past those doors. I'm pretty sure those are just the barracks. And we're going to head all... We might even just drop down and walk over instead of having to go all the way around. I think that's what we're going to do. Drop down. Little bit of a shortcut towards the path I want to take. Haven't seen the prison itself yet. Still pretty sure there's a prison we're supposed to handle. This is a lot of ogres. Like, for being a traitor, right? That's why we're here. This guy's supposedly a traitor. He took over, right? We're killing a lot of guys who apparently don't care that the old boss got ousted. Like, how big of a deal is it? Like, I get that he's basically hiring us to go get his stuff back, but all I'm saying is, even if I get his house back, and this is a big house, right? Remember, this looked like a mansion, but it looked like a mansion, not a freaking castle. He's probably going to kill all these guys anyway for not standing up for him. I don't know. I'm not an expert on ogre culture. This is where they were standing from before, by the way. During the little cutscene earlier, we came in over there, and he was talking over here. But he's not here now. Le gasp. They want us to go further in the quest. It's a pretty... let's compare, okay? There are quests in the harbor that would have ended after doing just the 2 crests. On the other side of that door would have been the boss, right? Then we also have all of this. And I think we're still not actually at the end. Because I'm pretty sure there was like a prison section that we haven't seen. So there may only be 2 quests in this chain, but let's not say that they don't cover some ground.
The prison door is locked.
I've unlocked the prison. I was right. There was a prison. And if I'm right again, we have to go all... It's like a square. We need to go in the other side of the square to pull the release lever. And then all these wild men will be free. Look, see, there they are.
The entire cell block can be unlocked using that wall switch.
We can optionally divert the guard's attention by letting the captives free. So you could, I guess if you were like a rogue or something, you could sneak around to the lever. Hello, lever? Where are you? I don't even know where the lever is. Oh, the lever was down there. So you could pull the lever, go hide around the corner for all the ogres to run by, and then come up here and get the crest. It's right down here. So you could pull the lever, go hide, the ogres go, oh shit, and they run out through, and then you just walk on by. I'm not going to pull the lever, because even though I'd be freeing all of these guys, wherever they are, these guys will just immediately try to eat me. Like, they'll literally be like, we're free, time to murder that guy who's walking by. Like, dude, I let you out. Join me. I will give you this house when I'm done. Just don't tell the other ogre. But no, they'll attack you. So I'm not going to let them out. They got no gratitude. I ain't got to let them out. We picked up a crest. It probably goes to that door. Yep. Means there's another one over here. I don't remember what we're looking for, but we'll find it pretty soon. I'm going to say that's a shrine. Just because that's kind of what usually happens, is there's usually a shrine over there. Oh, right. Right. This is the shamans. So, these, there's one. There's supposed to be a bunch of traps in this room. See those acid traps right there? So, you run over, and if you kill the ogre mystic standing by the pot, then he's not there to make it go off. So we kill the mystics, now the traps are gone. Well, the acid traps are gone. We can run around the outside of the room safely. If we should kill this mystic, that should turn off the fire trap in the middle. There we go. So yeah, you kill... Oh, we actually got an item in the middle? Interesting. Bind to character on equip. Intelligence and wisdom. Quarterstaff. With 5 use magic device. 2 augment slots. They have to have redone this gear at some point. This is way more than I would expect out of an old pack like this. It hasn't been updated recently, but that's still... If it wasn't bind to character on equip, because I like the idea of a true seeing clicky. I like that you just have a stick. Basically a dowsing rod, right? Alright, here's my stick. Bonk! I can see everything. But it's bound to character on acquire, so only one of my characters can use it. It is true seeing at level... I think I said it was a level 8 item. That'll go in somebody's backpack. But yeah, this room, if I could have just cast my fire resistance and charged in. The proper way to do the room, you go around the outside, you kill the golem's ogres, causing the acid traps. Bonk, bonk, kill the guys making the fire traps, come in the middle, kill the other guy. Again, I like that there are... Was I right this was a shrine? Yep. I like that there's so much variety in this quest. Like, that was a different room than the trap room, and I think this was just some iron golems. But that's a fight. And then the sneaky room. This is somebody was like, let's put in 4 mini challenges and then you can fight the boss. Oh, plus the looking for the Warden is its own section. And here begins us chasing down Golathon. So I'm going to throw my buffs up real quick. He's going to run away through these different doors, and we are going to cut through all of his henchmen and such. One room at a time. Is that everybody? Now it's it. One room at a time. Killing them all. He's going to be like, oh no, my slaves didn't work. I guess I'll use ogres. Like, you can try. I've literally killed every single other ogre you've thrown at me. Like, come on. Did you really think an ogre was going to work? What you got next? Let's talk, he says with an evil smile. My mission's to take you down. Hit, dead. But he ambushes you with the hobgoblins. Because remember who we got the charts from? Hazadil, a bugbear. Yeah, I think I said hobgoblins. I mean bugbears. He had a bunch of bugbears hiding. Now he's dead, and we can raid the treasure vault. So, it is like 5 or 6 chests, but each of them only has a very low level treasure in it. It's not full treasure chests. They just split your one treasure chest across a bunch of different ones. Which is, again, cute. We got, what, one more? Yeah. That was a fairly long quest. Almost half an hour. 5 kind of separate sections, and then the boss was a multi-way fight as he ran away. That was something. I don't mind that quest. I don't particularly like the 10-minute walk to get to the quest, right? Because even with the map, we're still kind of taking a long time to get out here. We have the technology to fix that. Since I've completed the quest, will you teleport me over to the quest giver? Lead the way. That skips the walk through the tunnel. Now that we have officially beat the quest, we are allowed to use his portal, even though we haven't turned it in yet. Portal. The guide. A teleporter by any other name. Golathon is dead. Oh, apparently there was a mind flayer there. I did not see a mind flayer. It must have got chopped. Oh, he was talking to the guy in the window when we were looking across. At a glance, I don't... No. At a glance, I don't care about any of this. You obtain a broken sigil. Halfway there. You don't have a way all the way back to the town, do you? Now we have to do the same. You can actually see the palace right there. That's a nice little... We gotta go all the way back so we can get to the second quest. I'm going to reset the area because we need to go a different direction. We need a key that we used on a different door. So you have to reset the area so that you can go and get that key and use it on a different door. So we were here before. Oozes. We have literally been here already. This guy still won't talk to us because he's for the quest we're going to now. I'm going to try to ignore that ooze. See if we can get away with not killing as many things. Immediately punished by stepping on an egg. That's the door we want to go through, but we need a key. He is now active. He will actually take us back to the quest giver so we don't ever have to walk all the way to that quest again. We're never going to do that quest again on this character. It's a shame sometimes that, like, unlocking those things isn't, like, an account thing. Here's my key. Back the way we came. If it was an account thing, you'd be encouraged to come back and use the shortcuts and such. Or even on a reincarnation. I don't think we're going to make it through without having to fight. Fine. Get out of here. Alright. Hopefully this just leads straight, because I don't have time to turn and read. Come on. Yeah, we just get to the end of the tunnel and go up. Let's go! Tunnel? Okay, there we go. There's the end. Boing, going up. It's a lot shorter walk to this one, or at least there's fewer directions. I'm sure we have to kill somebody in order to get this open. Probably you. Probably you. And gone. Door's not open. Oh, there's one up. Let's use our new throwing axe. Yeah, look at that. That does way more. I mean, that was 2 critical hits in a row. Don't get too excited. But that was way more damage than we were doing with our old ghost touch one or whatever it was. It was very, very weak. Fine, do we have to kill you too? Like, you guys, I literally just freed you from servitude and you're just going to attack me instead of... You could have just opened the door and I would have ignored you. No gratitude these days. Really? Fine, the hireling can get you. Alright. Not going to fight and run on the bridge. There we go. Sounds like most of the rest of the way we're going right now is just straight. Yeah. Unless I'm misreading the guide, which could happen because I'm Also try not to fall off bridges. We can... oh, man. Red alert already? I haven't skipped that many, guys. I don't want to run slow. Oh, snicket. Yeah, we actually found a rare encounter. Is that the first one we've ever found? I know we've had, like, super bad luck on finding any rare encounters as we've been running through these areas. That might be the first one we've ever found. Alright. Just kill all of you because you're just going to turn around and attack me. The heck is that noise? It's like this really loud like heartbeat kind of effect going off. It's like, that doesn't make sense. I'm being attacked by, like, chimps. Chimps with picks. No idea. There's a mage. I'm going to see if my instant kill can work on him. Yep, got him. And I'm not waiting 30 seconds for my thing to come back to get the second one. Oh! Oh! A critical hit on a smite. That'll do. Does some big damage. See, there it is again. I do not remember there being some creepy, like, heartbeat sound here. Well, there's my key. I don't actually have to kill those guys. I will just wound them so they know I'm irritated at them. Is that the dungeon alert sound? Ah, interesting. All right. We made it to the guide. It says turn right, and then a 4-way intersection with a locked gate. There we go. And this says from the gate. So that's where the quest is, but just like before, we need to actually get the quest, so we're going to go straight. Get the quest. Come back. Ah, whole bunch of wildmen. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, by the time I get up there, yeah. Now this says... fight past the wildmen and go left at the intersection, ignoring that lift. So this is the first time that we've seen a lift, and it's been like, nah, not that one. Yeah, the heartbeat thing is whenever the dungeon alert changes. Ignore the door, go up the lift, and then it should take us to the guy with the quest. Fine, I will turn around and hit them. Boing. Alright. Get the quest. Then we gotta turn around. And it just says bear right. In order to go back. So, this is another fairly... oh, come on. Put some freaking stairs in. Really? Really? Opu the Elder. Hi. I have come to bargain. How do I get your trust? Go free the slaves. Okay. I mean, we've seen the ogres have been enslaving the wild men. He just wants me to go free a bunch of his people, and then he'll give me the other half of my key. Okay. Completely reasonable. And if these questionably intelligent ape men stopped attacking me on sight, I wouldn't have killed them. Granted, I did just do a job for the ogres, but that was a different ogre, the ogre who's not in charge. I have no idea if the original ogre was also enslaving them. I don't know. Boing. There's so many more of them than there are the ogres. Oh, this is just the quest. I was expecting to go, like, up and then run to a quest. Look, we're in the mine! Look, dungeon alert resets because we're not in that area anymore. Which is one of the reasons we have dungeon alert. Because people like me would run past and there's a big dungeon alert in some place that doesn't affect me anymore. But the server has to keep it alive for another 5 minutes. I'm pretty sure it's 5 minutes. So just think, if every single player had 1 or 2 instances of nothing but a ton of monsters all bunched up at the end of a quest, doing nothing because there's no players there, on old hardware, right? 2006 was when this game came out. 2006 or 2008. We're talking PlayStation 2 era? Maybe even... No, it wouldn't have been PlayStation 1. PlayStation 2 era. Solidly PlayStation 2 era, I think. Not 3. Duh, that doesn't matter. So, we're here to kill ogres. We specifically need to kill Ogre Magi to free the slaves, and we need to kill the overlords. This quest's map sucks, because it's a 2D map of a 3D level. We're going to find a big central room that's got a lot of places we can go. You locked with an iron key, yeah. Hey, any of you want to volunteer an iron key? Oh, good. These ones at least will not attack me immediately. They're gone. Sweet. Was this one of those quests I'm not allowed to kill too many of the... I have a vague memory you were, like, not allowed to kill the miners. It says save some miners. Man, I am on the wrong kind of character to not kill things. Especially... Nah, I'm not going to look it up. We're just going to go. We're going to go. Alright, here's some turncoats. I'm going to guess that killing the turncoats is okay. Optional, kill the turncoats. Okay. Ooh, a little chest. You got an iron key for me? How did I know? Now, the door for that's behind us, but... we basically need to go every direction looking for the Overseer anyway. Oh, here's more turncoats. Goodbye, turncoat. You know, considering these guys are dressed significantly better than their comrades, like, can you really blame them for being turncoats? Did we get another iron key? Apparently we just need a large number of iron keys. Oh, hey. Lord Imshik. Greetings, Mind Flayer. Would you terribly mind getting smote? Just cut him in half. Do you also have an iron key for me? You indeed have an iron key for me. So, I wonder if it's coded so that only one person can take the key. Because if you're playing in a party, there are some quests that are supposed to give you a key, but it spawns for every player. And then in the very first treasure chest, you have enough keys to get through the entire quest. Because you have a whole party. Each of them take a key. But you have to get to the end of that hallway and kill the overseer anyway. So even if that works, you'd skip oh, hello. Trap. You would skip what? A single room with like 6 turncoats in it so far? Kill these guys as they come to me because it's a little simpler. Okay, those are turncoats. Okay. We have yet to see more nice miners. If they're smart, they just won't attack me. And is this the room I'm thinking of? Not quite, but I think we're getting close. I like how all these slaves are just like, nope, we're just gonna... You know, hireling, we were doing pretty good at not killing the guys who weren't attacking us. And then you just lasered that guy. It does not... I don't see anything about a failure condition. I feel like this quest used to fail if you killed too many of the miners. I remember that being a thing, and I'm not sure why it's not happening. Alright, we've killed the boss. Oh, we killed 1 out of 5 ogre mages. Okay, he was a boss, not the boss. This is another one of those longer quests. This one's more of a maze rather than having to find all the keys. Although there are apparently a lot of keys. Alright, we're gonna range attack you down. Because we do reasonable ranged damage for this these days. Not great, but reasonable. No. Okay, yes, that's an ogre. We can kill that. We have the height advantage. Alright. We are at the top of the mining shaft. At least I'm pretty sure we're at the top. I'm reasonably sure we're at the top. Is that another way up? Oh god, we might not be at the top. I don't think I can climb that, though. I don't think I can jump enough to get in there. I'm just trying not to pass paths, because this is a pretty long way down. And I'd rather do each of the hallways as we get to them. Okay, so what we've got here is a bunch of sonic traps, because these crystals resonate. So we can see the gong right there, right? So we're going to try to hit the gong ourselves. Which I'm pretty sure should work. What are we hitting? Hey, hireling, go push the thing. I said go push the thing. Fine, stay here. Aha! That was the problem. Hey, you. So, there's a guy standing here ringing the gong. If you have a ranged weapon and you can snipe him, turns off the trap. I thought you just hit the gong, so I wasn't looking to try to aim around. Alright. Time to do more slave freeing. Well, that was rude. You attacked my cat. I don't care about up there. Hey, look, another boss. Here we go. This is what I think of middle management. Alright, so all of them run away. Ooh, there's a hole. We got the guy in there, so we probably do fall down this hole. Oh, look, turncoats. Opened gate. Which I don't believe was locked, but it's not now. I see a chest. And some kind of weird noise. Hello, ogre. I'm expecting to see another one of those mind flayers. Why is there just like a big chest? Of course it's locked. I'm expecting a mind flayer. Mind flayer? Anywhere? This might loop back to the room we were in before. Oops. Didn't actually mean to backhand that guy into oblivion. You fear the whip, so you will attack the great sword. Realize that they have not chosen to be slaves, but it only takes a moment of hesitation to go, hey, that guy just took out a whole bunch of ogres. I'm guessing Mind Flayer. Yep. That's his name. Or it was his name, before I went like this. I was gonna say, I thought those guys were gonna make it, but they were all turncoats. They decided not to make it. Holy quarterstaff of feeding. I don't eat quarterstaffs, so no. No thank you. This says 3 more ogre bosses, 1 more overlord, which is the mind flayers. So, obviously I came the wrong way. If we had come from the other direction... Let's see if I can... Hey you. Hey you. Hey you. You want to come through here? If I'd come from the other direction, we would have been behind the guy. We could have just bonked him. But apparently, we came from the wrong direction both ways. Because this is just going to empty out into that same central place we were before. Yeah. We're back in this room. We just we could have dropped down and gone in this way and just punched the guy in the back of the head and ignored those sonic traps altogether. And I don't think we can go up from here. Is there like a big old ladder? I'm not going to go down from here. We're going to follow this path straight. Because it's a lot easier to end up too high up in a quest and have to just jump down to the spot that you missed than to have to climb back up to the spot that you missed because you jumped down too early. So what do we got? We got Turncoat. And a beholder? What are you doing here? Smite. Can you behead a beholder? I don't know if it works that way, but here's another one of those trapped hallways that we are on. Well, he's not actually in a great position. I might be able to. Yep. He dead. And because he's dead, we don't have to run through the trap. Which reminds me that I left the hireling standing at the other trap.
The ogre mage laughs as you approach him.
Oh. You funny man, huh? I didn't realize there was another brute over here. One shot at the ogre mage, and they're like, oh man, but there's still a guy over there. I guess we will have to fight to our death because you didn't kill the two other brutes at the same time that you beheaded the boss in a single stroke. Single stroke. I am not paying attention to not killing the miners, right? Imagine doing this quest with the failure condition of killing too many miners. That would be terrifying. I could be wrong. I could be thinking of a completely different quest. Oh, we are just back in this room again. I don't want to be back in that room. There's a whole bunch of stuff we haven't done. There's at least 2 other paths I want to go in the previous room. Not to mention, I think right at the beginning of the... No, we did. We did go through the iron key door. Again, you could have looked at the map and you would have known to do everything else and then go this way, and then you're just a little further down. I did not look at the map. I want to say that this loops around. That is the impression that I have. You know, you guys are just volunteering as tribute at this point. Look, a rest shrine. Go use it. Hireling? Yes, go. Recharge your smites. Good. There is no way that you are done using that already. I'm staring at the map of her little blue icon on the map. Yeah, that's right. That's right. You stay there for 10 seconds or however long that takes. I'm not worried about turncoats. Yes, you have betrayed your people. They actually have. Like, I don't know if I would welcome back. Like, oh yeah, we got treated better because we sold the rest of the clan into slavery. Our bad. Nope. Especially when... Okay, look. Yes, it's a video game, right?
The ogre
But it's like the mild men don't seem like they're that much weaker than the ogres, and they greatly outnumber the ogres. And then from a video game point of view, they're roughly the same level, right? We're not spending more time on ogres than we are on wildmen. So... oh, another beholder. I'm going to try to cut his head off. Hey, look, it worked. Now, I don't know if it worked or if he didn't have that much HP, but one way or the other. Alright. One boss, one mind flayer left. And I'm hoping they are both at the lower level of the central chamber and we haven't missed anything up top. So we're just going to feather fall down. Look for doorways. Oh, that was not a doorway. That's not exactly the controlled descent I was looking for. This is just a ladder. It's also a ladder. I choose this ladder. Because we can see on the map there's something here. And we're looking for two separate guys. So maybe one of them is just up here. Oh, another one of these. Oh, and I can see the guy. So we're going to take our throwing weapon out. Just kind of see if we can hit him through that gong. We can run through the first one, maybe? It's a very sketchy place to stand. Whatever. I'm on normal mode, so I just run through. Wonder if there's a back way to this one. Guess we'll find out in a moment. I'm going to say no. Oh. He actually... is he defeated, though, or is he hiding? Because I hit him, but I didn't hit him with my execute, like, Vorpal Slash. So I'm not 100% convinced he actually went down. As long as I have quest credit. So yeah, that one you kind of have to do something about the guy. I think if you had like a fireball spell, you might be able to hit the wall behind him and splash damage to get him. That might work. It is just sonic damage though, so not... as long as you have some kind of elemental... ooh, I didn't want to fall down. Some kind of elemental resist. I feel like going all the way down is not correct. There's a thing over there, though. Yeah, another one of these. He's kind of far over there. We'll jump over the crystal. Nah. Look, I turned off the trap. There's probably a way around him. I don't take any damage, though, so... this has got to be the Mind Flayer, right? Yep. And that's the end. Glittering cachet? Is that? I have wanted one of these for so long. I'm just going to loot all just so I can't accidentally not take it. Wow. I have wanted one of these basically since I started playing this game. Wow. Obviously, I don't come play this quest that often. But wow, we got a named item out of both quests. Because we got that staff with a true seeing clicky on it. And look at this ring. Okay, so for reference, the only requirement to use this ring is not even bound to my account or my character. It's just a ring. I could trade it. It has, the only requirement to use it is you be a good character. Like capital G, character creation, you chose good. And it has a little clicky once a day of raise dead. Not animate dead, make a little skeleton and it runs around. Raise dead, like your friend dies. And instead of having to run back to the shrine, because you're in the middle of the fight or you can't quite get over there, or you haven't found one yet, here, let me put on my ring of revival. Voop. Pew! And they're up. Once a day. And again, by day means per rest. So I could use this, rest at a shrine, and I'll have it back again. Wow. 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 I was not expecting to ever see that. I was not expecting to ever see that item. This is not a terrible quest. There's nothing random about this quest. You can memorize the locations of everything there. I don't really like the quests that are overlapping 3D. When I can easily forget just one of those ogre magi and have to go running through the whole quest. We did pretty good there. We very thoroughly went down every hallway. And we didn't miss anything. Very happy. Didn't miss anything. And there was only, one? Oh, come on. We can't even go turn the quest in because we don't have a key. Anyway. Backtrack for a key. That quest isn't terrible. Hey, can I just talk to you? Will you take me to... Thank you. I don't have to go look for the key. Thank you. You will just take me... Okay. Just like before, we've beaten the quest, so now we are allowed to just warp up here. And he didn't have an actual ramp. We had to run up the rock face. Oh, I wonder if this is... this is supposed to be the ramp to get up to him? And it's just broken? I do not know if that is intentional. How about this side? There we go. There. I have saved your dudes. At a glance, nothing jumps out at me. You obtain a shattered sigil. Now that we have 2 broken sigils, like the like Legend of the Hidden Temple, we got 2 halves. Now we can make 1 pendant. Boom. Sigil of Dalcor. We have the thing. We can walk up to the Twilight Forge, boop, open the giant pod bay doors. There's a very long raid, where you work your way to the actual forge, fighting all the ogres and everything. It's a very it's like fighting your way through a actual factory. Think of the factory from the second of the Star Wars prequel movies, like on Genosha, where they're like jumping on conveyor belts and stuff. The whole factory's moving the whole time. It's kind of the vibe I get from that quest. The one time I have done it, because it's a raid, so you're supposed to have 12 people, and there's at least one spot that we actively needed multiple people. Like, you have to have somebody standing at this lever to open that door, then they pull the lever to open a third door, and then somebody else. It's one of those puzzles specifically designed for a place that, like, you've got 3 people. We made it through, but we were doing it on max level characters, like, 20 levels over leveled. And I was still dual boxing in addition to having my friend come along with me. So there was 3 of us, and we made it through. It's an interesting enough quest, but it's a raid. But it's really not. Like, honestly, I think they call it a pre-raid. That you have to do that before you can get to the true raid boss fight. It could have just been a quest. I think people would have been happier if it was just a quest, because then you could just do it, and then everybody could line up to actually just do the raid portion. I get why they did it, though. The raid itself is very short. Like, the way it's supposed to happen, you walk into this room. It's a 1-room raid. It's just 1 room. That's it. 1 room. You're supposed to have some of the party go up this ladder into, like, the upper section of the room and mess around with moving this, like, cannon laser thing in order to position it, while the guys on the bottom are tanking a Warforged Titan. Giant Gundam of death. There's some pillars that you're supposed to, like, duck behind, and then the Warforged Titan hits the pillar and it falls down on the Titan, and he goes, "Oh no, I am stunned because video game." And then you hit him with the laser from above, and that damages him. And you have to go down. You have to do that like 4 times, give or take, in order to actually hurt him enough that you can then punch him to finish him off, because he's got giant sci-fi force field, so you are not allowed to damage him. The trouble is, 1, not that many people bothered buying this pack. Like, it was a bigger deal back in the day, but in modern times, like, ever since the level cap went to 20, I think, which is a long time ago, people only did this one for funsies, because the loot was irrelevant anymore. And it was so hard to get. It took me 10 minutes to get to the first quest. You have to do both quests in order to assemble the thing, and then you get to finally walk your butt all the way to that raid through a 6-player cap explorer area. So if you get your 12 people ahead of time, the people who've already done the raid can take one of those guides, I think, and they can just go straight to the staging area and go into the raid. Everybody else has to walk. So half of your raid has to walk through the actual Restless Isles to get to the raid if it's the first time they've ever done it. And then you have a pre-raid that's really long, and then you have a very, very short fight, because these days we have so much power behind us. When I went in to do it, we literally one-shot the boss. I don't even have that good a gear. It wasn't even my character. It was the secondary character. Wasn't even max level. Just like the wizard had on the other account. Just Hadoukened the boss for 28,000 damage and took him from full health down to just a little sliver. And I don't know if it was programmed to stop at like 1% or if I just barely didn't one-shot it. But I got it all the way past all of the phases of needing to knock the pillars down and shoot it with the laser. Just skipped all of that, and he went straight to the, oh no, I'm dead! And then I flicked him and we were done. The whole quest was 3 minutes. And 2 of that was me explaining, stand there, don't do anything, I'm gonna Hadouken. That was the whole raid. I have done it before. But just as a small tangent. This is the problem with 12-man raids, okay? I described the raid to you, right? Somebody's like tanking the boss and, there's a group getting the boss in position for the pillars to land on him. There's a group up top positioning the cannon. In reality, this is 2 people. 1 person keeping track of the boss, 1 person firing that cannon. It's a 12-man raid. The other 10 people stick to the ladder halfway to the second story and just stay there for the entire time. That's it. And if you're new to the raid, guess what your job's going to be? It ain't going to be tank the boss. It ain't going to be fire the laser. It's going to be hang out on the ladder. Probably the first 10 times you do that quest. Realistically, until you've watched it enough that you actively try to volunteer to do one of the 2, and it's probably going to be laser duty first. Because there is a failure condition to that raid. If you knock over the pillars and you miss, because now that I'm thinking about it, you hit the pillars like chopping down a tree to land on the thing. If you knock the pillar down and you miss, you lagged, it lagged, the game hit detection didn't work, lots of reasons. You've only got a finite number of pillars. I want to say 6. It's either 6 or 8. If you don't have enough pillars, I think you can only miss like twice. And then you don't have enough pillars to actually work the boss all the way down. And then you have to do the entire pre-raid again before you can take another stab at that boss. I like the idea of the boss fight. I like the idea that you're trying to find some ancient Gundam factory and stop like the monsters from getting in control of it, or the original owners coming back and getting control again. Also bad. Like the 2 quests we did weren't bad. I liked the one where we fought the ogre mage Golathon. It had 5 like different little mini sections to do, and then you fight him. And the one where you run around and fight the mind flayers and the ogre bosses, like that one's fine. I don't dislike it. But I don't like having to run through a giant complicated wilderness area for basically peanuts worth of XP and then not be able to do the raid because I'm only 1 person, not 12. Like we don't get to see the end of this. I mean, you can, because the raids are the thing that have the most videos on YouTube, so you can easily just click, 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 DDO raid, and just watch raid guides for every raid. But I don't get to do that. So, the Twilight Forge. Is this pack worth it? It is absolutely not worth it for the quests alone. There's only 3 quests in this storyline, and one of them's already free. And there's nominally 2 raids, but they're kind of the same raid. You just do them back to back, just like Vault of Night. They're cool. They need a solo version. I would love to go do that Warforged Titan fight solo. Give me a version of it that's solo, and I would do it. Give me a version of that quest where, like, you walk in the quest and you pull a lever that says, I am alone. And it just bypasses the multiplayer section. I don't know. You don't even have to scale the monsters down because I can come in over leveled. Just let me do it. I paid for it. Let me do it. Without having to go and find 11 other crazy people who want to run all the way through. If you like raids, if you want to be the raid leader, if you want to guide people through here and, you know, go with a guild or something, the guilds will get you in here easy. Yeah, this is fine. I don't think it's even an expensive pack. I think this is a cheap pack. But I'm not looking at the prices until we're done with all these. But yeah, if you're playing solo like me and you are only doing the quests, hoo boy, I think this pack unfortunately rates even lower than like the Necropolis, because at least the Necropolis you can do the quests. Paying for just 2 quests? No, thank you. So, with that out of the way, where are we going next? Scroll. Ah! Another small pack. I honestly didn't even know this next one was its own pack. We're going to go do the Dragon Blood Prophecy, which is another two quests. It's almost identical to this pack. Wow. Level 10. Wow. Anyway, you'll see. Next time, Dragon Blood Prophecy. See you then. Thanks for sticking with me for this. I usually skip these quests, but I actually did not have a bad time running through these. Even, like, I don't have chat online. I'm recording these by myself, and it was still... These weren't bad quests. They have a bad reputation. They weren't bad quests. They're just not well positioned. Anyway, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.